Hey guys, this episode and the next one do not have game audio. I have no idea why. I recorded stuff before this, I recorded stuff after this. All of that stuff has game audio. When I was playing this game, it had audio. I can only assume some sort of weird, random glitch happened like once in a million or something, because I've never seen this happen before. So sorry, I'm going to play... I know it's not the best, but I'm going to play the soundtrack of the game so that it's not just silent. It won't necessarily always match what's happening on the screen or anything, but it's at least not just me talking in complete silence. So it's something, but yeah, it's not... This isn't the best. Anyway, in 2 episodes, the game audio will be back, hopefully. Unless this somehow happens again. Weird.
So we're heading out to the gate. You squint in the sunlight outside the cool shade of your tent, and the smell reminds you of the small farmhouses you once lived near in Skoger. The field is full of horseborn, a lot more than there were before. Euban stands in their midst, the shepherd of a confused flock. These horseborn look rougher than the ones you've been traveling with, and many sport battle injuries. These horseborn lost a lot of leaders, all at once. He tells you about the new arrivals. They haven't found a lot of sympathy here in Arberrang, despite helping defeat Ruin. Hate to crowd your camp, but what would you think about taking them under your wing? Are you sure they want that? We won't know until we ask, Euban replies. In times like these, I believe it's better to have too many friends than too few. Let's have a horseborn ally speak to them on our behalf. Several of you, the horseborn who have traveled in your caravan are nearby. Considering Canary's troubled past, you think it would be best to leave her out of this. Skathach, Roic, or Deirdre. Veteran fighter, tribe leader, or skilled trader. Did I know these details before? It's been 2 years, admittedly, since the last game where I think they were introduced in the second game, not the first one. I don't know if I specifically knew that one's the fighter, that one's the leader, that one's the trader? I feel like the most risky option might be Roic. Roic is a tribe leader, so dealing with these types of groups, they might be seen as a high authority that can vouch for me, and that, like, oh, if they're following me, then of course they should follow me. Or they might see a leader of the horseborn following me as a disgrace, and they might look down upon Roic as a result, as if they've failed their job, basically. And that might hurt the negotiation. A lot of extrapolation, because I don't really have my finger on the pulse of horseborn culture. Let's go, Roic. Roic raises his head as you approach. Do you know any of these horseborn who arrived with Euban? You ask. Euban translates, chuckling. He asks if you know all the men in Arberrang. Roic agrees to ask regardless. You can't make out the words, but Roic talks with the warriors' confidence, holding their attention. A conversation emerges. By the end, he turns to you and says, "Some join." 34 fighters. Only some. I wonder how good that could go based on who you... I imagine different people are different choices. What kind of trouble got stirred up that we need the whole clan? My least favorite kind of mob. I'm really curious what happens next. The primary dredge antagonist is gone. I murdered the fuck out of everyone's favorite villain, so he's gone too. Ruga, I believe his name was. I have, after going to the other campaign for a while, I've got used to all those names, and I have to remind myself of the ones in this one again. Through still gaping holes in the splintered walls, you glimpse the dredge indolently lurking. Bleary-eyed workers do their best to fill the cracks. The foreman spies you at the head of the caravan. Got any fighters with strong arms? Gods know we could use them, and they'll be well fed. So completely ignore them or decline or give them guards. It's the fucking wall. Go all in. Give them enough fighters to get the job done quick, a few dozen at least. Admittedly, it's easy to feel a little secure in the fact that we've never had a war yet in this game. By this point in Banner Saga 1 and 2, I would have had several conflicts, I believe, where the number of clansmen, fighters, and Varl I have directly affect the results and the difficulty and so on. It's a group of this number versus a group of that number, and you choose this tactic or that tactic and stuff like that. We have not had a war, which is weird because we kind of had a war with the dredge already in Alet's campaign, but it didn't take that form mechanically. So far the number of people I have actually has not mattered for story reasons. Whereas they constantly ask me whether or not I want to invest in... Do I want to invest this number of people, or do I want to welcome this group into my group and stuff like that? And I think those are all risks, obviously. I think I'm just going to go all in as much as I can. Just keep doing whatever sounds like it helps the place, and maybe I'll suffer punishment eventually for that when the numbers are asked to come in. Although I think that one of my actions justifies the other one, which is that I'm saying yes to basically all forms of recruits and anything I can do to minimize casualties and maximize people joining me. And then I'm also maximizing how many people I let go to do tasks. And so those two hopefully kind of have a net zero or a net positive on my people count, in addition to trying to deal with every single problem that this place has, since I might be its leader now. And if the wall falls, we fall. Like, it's kind of a big deal. The foreman prowls through your caravan, browbeating anyone healthy enough to shoulder timber. Not all who join show enthusiasm, wary as the Sunder's assault left them, but the cause is worthy. Yeah, it is. Hey, morale improved. Maybe those are the people that were bummed out about the horseborn joining. Either way, I think we gained 34 and lost 20 just now, I think, was the numbers. There's definitely more horseborn than wall workers. I don't know if I ever see those people again, or if they're just gone forever now. It'd be a little concerning, because if they went along, if those were some of the people that came along this entire journey, and then they just are gone forever now. So many survivors occupy the dirt along the common paths. They begin to blend together. A young girl conquers her shyness and comes begging for food at your feet. Others are inspired to do the same. Compared to these people, you have a considerable amount of supplies. The real question is how much you're willing to spare for those who aren't in your clan, who will keep coming in the future. You considered what to tell the growing crowd of open hands. Huh. So I can promise to help, I can give them supplies right now. I can just give them my personal food and let my people do as they please. Or I can ignore them altogether. Also, what is a sizable bundle that's like an unhelpful piece of information? Right now, I have enough food for 18 days. And it's only been 14 so far, and we're several chapters into this game. We might even be past the halfway point already. So right now, my food is fine, but I don't know what sizable means. Also, this probably hurts morale of my group while improving my reputation. I mean, I can spend some renown on a food. I haven't done it a single time this entire third game yet, so it's fine if I have to do some of that. I'm gonna leave a sizable bundle. Going to save them all, says a clansman, reluctantly unloading the cart. Must be one of your finest features, he continues, and one of your worst. You notice the man's gaunt son struggling to unload a bag, but it's too late to change your mind now. Gaunt son. We only lost 2 days of supplies. I have 16 days of supplies. Why is his son gaunt? Eat food. We have 16 days of food left. Unless this game reaches day 30, we're fine right now. And that's enough food to feed, oh my god, 900 people? We have enough food to feed more than 900 people for 16 days. And I just all I did was cut 2 days off of that, and we're gonna act like I'm starving my own people? Ugh. Dredge killer, shouts a woman as you approach. Contrary to what sounds like, at first like an angry mob, the opposite occurs. Thankful survivors crowd around, asking questions you can't answer. What if dredge attack again? What about the darkness? What do we do now? Do not say that I know as much as any of you. I know it's true, but that is a hope destroyer. Jesus. Hold out hope. I personally know the Valka are well on their way to fixing this. Many of the survivors have no banner left to claim, but cheer their fealty to you and follow toward the gates. After your rousing speech, you don't dare send them away. Oh, that might hurt my number of... Yep, there goes 2 more days. Wow, that was a lot of clansmen. 112? Alright, I just lost 4 days of supplies. 1 via giving up supplies, and 2 by losing... giving up supplies, 2 by getting more people. At least they seem to be making some progress on the walls. Fine, I'll just buy more food. After dealing with that Sunder, they finally pitched in once they realized you're not going anywhere. Gotta clean this place up. They're really committed to this two-dimensional side-scrolling exploration screen, even though we're now in one city for the entire game. Really, mankind worries you the most, not the giant death bubble that's right outside your door? A growing crowd is gathering at the gates. It is easy to tell the curious bystanders from the hardened, darkened faces of Ruga's loyalists, but there are plenty of different colors being flown here. The Varl are also nearby, looking uncomfortable. As you step forward, the disgruntled murmur of the crowd turns into the squeaking of rats skittering into hiding holes. You recognize a grizzled man standing before you, Oddleaf, one of Ruga's trusted allies with hardened men of his own. Are we gonna get in a fight here, or are we gonna talk them down from being very stupid here? Whatever it is, he's got a set appearance, he's got a name, someone's gonna stick around. His name is Yoser or Joser? Look who it is. Knew it wouldn't be long before you'd come telling us what to do. Ruga said this would happen before you murdered him. Ruga was only using you. Oh, is that right? Seems to us he just said things you didn't like. She wants to get us all killed. No, this is about hatred. It starts with the dredge, but how long before you believe that we're your next enemy? What do you mean starts with the dredge? This mad woman wants to open the gates and let the dredge run amok. Not run amok, give them a chance to live, just as there are Varl here, horseborn. Those dredge outside those gates include women and children, we know this. We've even taken in a dredge infant whose mother was slain. It has been amongst you this whole time. The loyalists show some genuine surprise at this, a disapproving murmur ripples through the crowd. Then tell me why I just lost good Varl fighting the dredge for hundreds of years. When our leaders tell us to fight, we fight. The dredge are no different. Bellower is gone. Ruin is gone, thanks to us. Are there survivors beating down our doors, crying for blood? No. They cry out for mercy. Before he died, the king said, "Everyone lives." You're right about one thing. There is no king here, which means we don't have to listen to a damn thing you say. Don't tell me it ain't about families just because you got none. You want to see our children trampled by slag? I don't see how any of this matters. When the darkness rolls over the city, we'll all be in the same sort of dead. But all things being equal, I'll shed no tears for the dredge. You're telling me you all killed Bellower, you killed Ruin, and now it's perfectly safe to let them all in here? Speak up. What are you trying to say? Make a heartfelt appeal to the masses. What a frustratingly vague claim. Now, I'm gonna try to be more... I'm gonna go with the logical approach. We could fight Dredge in a few days, or we could take a chance on peace. There's no chance about it. The man appeals to the crowd now, speaking loudly. Why are we even listening to this? First they killed Minoff, then Ruga. Now they want to open the gates. How much is enough? Us kill Minoff, are you? Looks to me like they won't rest until we're all dead, and nobody's left to keep them for the throne. Okay. I kind of misread this. I thought we were talking to this guy and trying to convince him, and then as a result, his followers of Rugas that are with him. Apparently, we're trying to do appeals to the crowd, and we're doing like a debate or something. And so, like, I didn't. Otherwise, yeah, I would have gone for the emotional appeal if I'm trying to make an entire mob agree with me. But that's not. They didn't really frame that way, did they? Also, he's insane. He's just being like, he just wants to kill us all for fun, obviously. Who here are the real criminals? Which of us are the traitors? Angry shouts erupt in agreement. Fury fills the faces of those crowding in close. Ruga's faithful draw steel. Oh, 0 to combat. Well. Alright, how's this party going? Right, Hakon, how's it going? You get out of here, Gris. Hello, high-level character. The Mogra's got the devastatingly high break. He starts off with 4, and he's got the aggro item, which is nice. Hakon's back in the party. Because he's still loyal to us over them, thankfully. Don't really have much resolve to spend. Everyone has their items already. No one's injured. I guess I just go in. Shortest prep phrase ever. Because I basically prepped already. Well, shit. Misjudged that situation. I didn't realize we were doing like a fucking town hall meeting where we were debating in front of a crowd. I thought I was talking at that guy one-on-one at like a talking volume that, like, you know. Anyway. I currently have 6 dudes. And they're humans, so they're just not very threatening. I'm just not overly concerned. Alright, Alette, let's get you over here. Hakon. Decent little approach. Alright. A little worried about their ranged character, but most of them are not ranged. So a good, strong bit of Overwatch will help out, especially with that knockback. That ends people's turns. Come and get me. I dare ya. I can go get that guy. 4 damage right there. Pretty much has to be that far to make contact. Hey, buddy. Ooh, wasn't expecting crit. Crit was a surprise. There goes half that guy. Bonus dudes here. How you guys doing so far? Are you feeling good about this? Just gonna go stand in front of Alette for obvious reasons. I don't think I need a stone wall right now. God damn. How you guys feeling right about now? And they've got bleed. That's great. And then you can attract bonus aggro. So, who wants to try to fight Alette right now? How's that plan working out for you guys? Ooh, what are you doing? Is that gonna hit me? Nope, where'd you send that? That's fun. Let's do it again. They're all melee users except for that one archer. So great news for them. Oh, this is prime levels of like what Alette's capable of. This is nice. Let's see, I want to go for their archer. Because they're the ones that can threaten Alette. There we go. God, his bleed was 3. Brutal. Yeah. Alette has maxed out title, so now her bleed does 3 damage for 2 turns. That's 6 damage of bleed after what's already a 3 to 6 damage hit. She's devastatingly strong as long as people don't close the gap and destroy her. I really just need a defensive barrier around her so no one can like sneak up on her. Nope. Found the trap. Oh, there she goes. This is not going to help me in my whole problem with Alette getting every kill during every fight. But you know what? At the rate we're going, the game's just going to end eventually, right? And it won't really matter that there was a discontinuity. I really trapped Mogre back here. I wasn't really going for that, but... yeah. People closed the gap a little bit. He can still help people a little bit. He has his shield wall ability. Let's get Ubin a kill. In fact, let's get anyone besides Alette kills if I can get them right now. There you go. Oh, there she goes. He goes. And, well, she goes. She did it. God damn, did they even hit me a single time? I don't think a single person... I don't think that their team got a single attack in because Alette was so overpowered. A lull in the fighting, but it looks far from over. If anything, it's just begun, and that's what worries you most. There's no need for this, you shout. It falls on deaf ears as more and more men draw weapons. The wind picks up, tearing at banners that whip above your heads. A growing gale throws men from their feet and bludgeons your sense of balance. A storm funnel approaches, crawling above the gates. Riding it is Zephyr, her platinum hair curiously untouched by the maelstrom. She lands amidst the fighters like a leaf delicately falling from a tree, somehow terrifying in its grace. Stop this lunacy, she howls. What is this? Put your weapons down. The rowdy crowds diminish immediately in the Valka's presence. These traitors were trying to open the gates and let the dredge on us. Will you listen? I'm trying to save lives, not end them. Enough. Warped creatures reside within the coming darkness, twisted and ferocious. That is the truth that threat now. I would have come sooner, but I was searching for a solution to protect Arberrang, and I may have found one. I can save us, if you can manage to be civil for a few moments. Where are the king's menders? I need them all. Doing whatever they damn well please since Meinolf died. He's dead. Then as the last surviving Valka, I am taking control here. I expect the rest of you to put aside your differences while I gather the menders. What did you mean about warped dredge? The darkness brings madness, not death. When it covers Arberrang, the warped will be drawn to us like a moth to the flame, along with all the dredge twisted within. Defra sighs in frustration as she turns to leave. The truth is, we may be safer with the dredge inside than out. You don't need to befriend the dredge, but you do need to make space for them, for now. We cannot afford to give the warped more weapons against us in the coming days. Defra departs, ushered by a rising gust of air that lifts her toward the keep. She leaps in long bounds, like a springing gazelle, out of sight within moments. Everyone's lost their damn minds. You just rallied a bunch of people to their deaths, asshole. I don't care what anyone says. Those slag will murder us, first chance they get. You trust them so much? Prove it. Walk out there yourself. Throw down your weapon and prove they're harmless. Go on, the crowd agrees, screaming angry taunts. Show us. Open the gates. The man looks genuinely surprised but says nothing. Slowly, the large doors are pulled open for you. Oddleif whispers quickly before you step beyond the gates. The dredge child. I'll come with you carrying the child. Maybe they will see it as a gesture of peace. We don't know how they'll react. I'll take the baby, but you stay here. Are you sure? I know what the Valka said, but I've put someone in harm's way before, and it cost me dearly. I won't make the same mistake again. Oddleif nods, and the dredge child is quickly brought to you. Everyone's waiting for your next move. You take a deep breath. Someone pushes the Skoger banner into your hand, and it weighs as heavily as the child in your other arm. Dredge stands shoulder to shoulder beyond the gates. The warbling stops as you approach, and their many yellow eyes turn in your direction like a field of sunflowers. You force your legs to move. The dredge part around you. It feels suffocating, even though they do nothing but watch. Now, completely surrounded, you turn around, where equally captivated clansmen stare breathlessly from inside the walls. The dredge look nearby. The dredge nearby look with curiosity at the dredge child. The air is still, as if it's itself afraid to breathe. You raise the banner. Dredge follow you as you walk back into Arberrang. They follow through the gate. They follow into the courtyard. Then a man shouts. You can see his face clearly, but you don't recognize him. Just some guy. You're not sure exactly what he's shouting, but it sounds like, "You'll kill us all!" He hurls a spear towards you. Others draw weapons. They raise bows. Everyone reacts at once. A black shield suddenly deflects a spear hurtling your direction harmlessly away. A stone guard carrying the shield looks back at you, then the dredge child, then back to where chaos has erupted in the courtyard of Arberrang's gates. Don't just do that. What? What a terrifying thing for them to just fucking say all of a sudden. What the? Ah! What is happening? I don't... Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so all my numbers suddenly really matter a whole lot. Holy crap. Fighters are worth a lot. Okay. "21 days. We have 21 days. From when? Now? Is it going to count downward now? I can probably make decisions that change the outcome from here on out, right? Like the pace at which these days are lost. That's terrifying. Also, once again, I made a decision and then something else happened that seemed out of what I was deciding. I thought I was just going to go out there to prove that they won't attack me. I thought that was Alette's goal. But then Alette starts leading them all inside, and I'm like, I don't think that's what we agreed on. Maybe not with such a crowd for starters, but like that's super risky and not what I thought I was agreeing to do in the first place. But then abruptly it's like, by the way, everything you did up until now causes this to happen. Haha. So I guess what you do with the walls... So the decisions I made up until now must have affected whether the walls were going to be up or not. Which is the single most valuable thing besides the supplies I had, which... Well, fuck. Now I wish I'd bought more supplies. If I knew that that was going to happen, I would have definitely bought some more supplies, because I had the renown for it, and supplies are a shockingly high value in this list of things. Is that market still there? Can I still affect the number there? Is 21 days a good number or not? I have no idea. I just have all new reasons to be really anxiety-filled now. Great.